Hi, guys. It's another episode of POV, the Gen Z Parent, your favorite parenting podcast for Gen Zs and Zillennials, where we share real life experiences, stories, and tips. This podcast offers a unique blend of insights into the lives of young adults navigating parenthood. And like we say, it's a no judgment zone because we're all just learning the ropes. On today's episode, we'll be discussing motherhood.
The shocking hood.
I titled this Motherhood, the Shocking Hood because honestly,
It's really the shocking hood.
yeah, I'm sure you can hear another voice in the background, and that's because I'm not alone today. I have my mom friend, one of my mom friends in the house. Her name is Eniola. Eniola, say hi before I continue.
Hi, hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Eniola, and we're here to talk about motherhood. I'm a YouTuber, a project manager, and you guys, you're going to enjoy this gist because we are coming in hot.
She forgot to mention that she's a mom of one.
And yes, I'm a mom of one.
A toddler, a mom of a toddler. Anyway, really, Aniela is just here to share her experiences upon entering motherhood and generally gist us on how her journey has been so far. Of course, the journey, how has it been?
The journey has been bittersweet. Honestly, it has been bittersweet. It has been rough, but then again, every day is not the same. There are brighter days and there are days that are not as bright as the other days that are bright. So we're taking it one step at a time, and with God, you can do it.
I like how she says it's been bittersweet. Of course, motherhood is knowing joy, experiencing joy, but also having toughness.
Yes.
Like there are really tough days.
And I feel like most people don't really go into the tough days. Like people just say it's like they just say it on the edge. They just say it by the side. They talk about the kisses, the hugs, what you feel when your baby kicks and all those things, when you have your baby, when you have people around you. They don't talk about the days that it's just mommy and your toddler calls you 200 times a day. You're like, okay.
I read somewhere, there's this quote I read that really resonated with me. Motherhood is knowing joy, even while experiencing the hardest trials of life. Because I'm not even kidding. Motherhood will test you.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, I've had my share as well. Don't worry, story for another day about the entire preemie, having a preemie at birth ward.
Yes.
I will give you guys that just another day. But today, let's just dive right into motherhood generally. So, Eniola, please tell us, how's your journey been so far? What has been your proudest moments? What moments are you most proud of in your motherhood journey?
So you guys, I would say my proudest moment as a mom is when my toddler is like, it just looks at me and it's like, mommy, and just kisses me and it gives me joy. And the fact that I can do this, and there are some days that I cannot even turn up, but because, you're a mom and you have this energy to just make it up for your child, you have this thing that is telling you that you have to stand up, you have to do this. You don't have any choice, and you just have to do it. And then your children will make you happy. No matter how rough your days are, they will turn up. Like their smile just brightens up your day. You might be going through, like you might go out and, work, stress, the economy and everything, and your child will just say the most darnest thing and you will just burst into laughter. Like, you'll be like, what do you even mean? What are you saying? The other day, Zayn was convincing me that a clip is a shark. And he took it. Then was showing, mommy, see, it's a shark. It's a shark. Like, I was opening it and I just laughed out. I'm like, okay, my boy is learning. I'm so proud of you. You're doing things. And, the littlest things, when I see him just mention things, oh, mommy, see this, mommy, see that, I'm like, okay, I think I'm doing something correctly. And I like this. I think I like where I'm going with this.
One thing I like about toddlers, the fact that they can give anything name. I remember asking my daughter recently, there was an iron somewhere, and I asked her, what's that? And she said, oh, hot machine.
You see, she had an idea.
Funny.
She had an idea and she let it out.
It was so funny. Okay.
She had an idea and she let it out.
So now you said, okay, this is what you like the most. I know that there are also hard parts. One thing about motherhood that I did not know would be this deep is how hard it can be, or some days it's really, really tough. So what has been your hardest period so far, and how were you able to navigate that period?
Okay, so one of my hardest period was when I had my son. I was having issues with my partner then. So the kind of empathy and love that a mother should get from a partner, having a child, I did not get. It was hard. I would cry. I would look at my child. I've slipped into depression, and it was the most hardest and roughest moment of my life. And then one day I just said to myself, okay, I was at home. I sat down, and a scripture just came to me, Philippians 4:6-7, I guess, and it was just I just saw the scriptures, and I just held on to it. Since that day, I said, God, anything that would take my smile away, I don't want it. I don't want it. And I've stood on it, because that period really tested me. My son had jaundice. My partner didn't want to come to the hospital. I was not married, and we were living together, and it was really, really hard. It was really, really hard. I would cry. My son was in the hospital. He needed something. They wanted to give him blood, and they said I should call his dad, and his dad was nowhere to be found. I called him, and he did not turn up. His excuse was, "Oh, I'm not available today. I had something I was doing. It was really, really hard. I had my mom running back and forth from General Hospital to another one, crying, and she was looking me in the eye. She was telling me in Yoruba, let me see. She said, Abike, Timbale she, the one not le she." And I just sat down and just took everything in and said to myself that my boy does not deserve a sad mom. Because happy mom, happy child. So I took it upon myself to always show up for my son every day. That moment tested me. For a whole 12 months of having Zayn, I experienced nothing short of sadness. But seeing my son cross milestones, his first crawling, his first talks, everything. And then I had my sister's daughter around, before she traveled out. So it was like I was parenting 2 kids, and I really enjoyed it. Mama was there for me. She would say, "Oh, Auntie Annie, are you there? Are you sad? Don't be sad. Don't cry. Your baby is so cute." And Zayn was so chubby. Everybody would be like, "Oh, your baby is so cute." And I'm like, okay, I think I can do this. It was really, really hard. It was really. And one thing I would like to say is that when you're having a child with somebody, if your partner is not supporting you, make sure you have a community that is there for you. I'm forever grateful to my mom, my younger sister, my other sisters. 3 of them, they stood by me. My younger sister bought me flowers countless times, buys me stuffs, looks at me, picks in up. Even the days are, the newborn stage, when babies will cry for no reason. Zayn would cry from 12 to 5 a.m. in the morning, and I would be crying with him. My younger sister took it upon herself. She would carry him, and this is someone that cannot joke with her sleep. Oh. She's not even a morning person. Did you even tell them that motherhood will turn you to a morning person? You think you are not a morning person? Have a child first. When you have a child, you decide if you are a morning person or you are not. Then you can now say that you are not a morning person. Just have a community. That's like one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through. And one of the things that really pains me is the fact that my son had to witness that. Even if he was a child and he didn't know, I did not like that for him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like the fact that I didn't really enjoy. It was more of me just complaining and crying. But the day that I read that scripture, Joy, everything changed. Everything. That's why one most important thing for me as a mom, don't do it without God. Because these children, God gave it to you to nurture. Because you are still going to go back and give accounts. Pastor Nika used to say it. You say, how did you do it though? You say, this is how I did it though.
So key things, you need to do it with community, and you need God.
You need God. You need Holy Spirit to direct you every time, because children, you have to be very careful. Very careful. Joy, you understand what I'm saying now? There are so many things that you don't even want your child to do.
Yeah.
More like, are we going too fast? Like secular musics, I don't listen to it anymore. Okay, now we've been friends for like 10 years now. You know me now. Latest song, I know it. But now I don't know it. Because I don't want to catch my son singing it.
Mother would make you responsible.
I don't know it. You must be responsible. You think you're not responsible. You find, because your child, they do everything you do. If Zayn sees you walking somewhere, you walk that way. And, kids, they pick mannerism. The way they pick it is very funny. And you just see them doing it. And you'll be like, how did you learn this? How did you do this?
Yeah. You've already touched on my next question. It's obvious that motherhood has changed you.
Yeah.
So in what ways has motherhood changed you? And can you give examples of some of the
Okay.
things that you used to do, but now you are so mature as per motherhood, mother girls.
First of all, do you know what they call motherhood instincts? And that you are worried that your child is doing something. I find myself doing that to my younger sister. Like if she's going out, I'm like, this thing you're wearing, I don't think is appropriate. And she's looking at me like, mother of one, calm down. And see, people used to say, people that used to give over motherly advice, sometimes I find myself doing it in the sense that when I see people try to like do some certain things to their kids, I'm like, toddlers don't respond to aggressiveness. If you are aggressive with them, you are deceiving yourself. They will not answer you. So you rather speak to them in the language you understand. So when I see parents trying to, don't do that. Me, I want to talk, I'll just shut up my mouth. Then secondly, I'll say responsibility.
Oh, mama is not responsible.
I've been responsible with finances. Before I would think of buying anything for myself, I will ask myself, is it really worth it? But then again, when you want to buy something for these little humans,
Because I was going to say
they
that
fly out
too.
of the window.
I was
You are
going
not
to say
even thinking
that.
about it. You're not thinking about it.
I
You're
still
just like,
had
this
one
is so
experience
cute.
recently.
You're like, this is so cute. My boy will look so good in this. Or I'm just like, I want to try this. I want to try this recipe for Zayn. And when you go to the supermarket to buy your money, you're like, what did I buy?
Honestly,
What am I
this
planning?
point you are giving is very, very valid. Because I still remember recently I wanted to buy something for myself. The price they called, I said, no, that's so expensive. But just 30 minutes later, I bought something 3 times what that price for Elena. Like, why?
You'll be shocked
Joy?
yourself. You'll be
Why?
like, how did I do this?
But
How did I do this?
in all, Sha, let's say it has changed you for the better.
Yeah, it has
right?
changed me for the better. It has really, really changed me. It helps my work with God. You're more responsible. You have somebody that you're praying for
Preach.
constantly. Because, I'm speaking life into your future. You will have to prosper.
A responsible mom, my star.
You have to, now. And you find yourself being the African mom that you don't want to be. Slowly, but then again, with a touch of zillennials. And it's not fully, not fully 80s.
I like that. So, generally, online communities, social media, do you think they play a role in your motherhood experience?
So I come from a very large family. I have a lot of aunties. I have a lot of sisters. I know a lot of people. You are a mom. Before you had your baby, we would exchange ideas. We would talk about this. I have mama, I have my other friends that had babies before me. Online communities, I see a lot of things online I don't necessarily agree with, but for some people, it works for them, Just like even hospital to use. When I was telling you that, Lagos Thailand maternity is the best, and you were like, no, you don't really like general. Everybody has, but then again, it works for some people, it doesn't work for some people. For me, the only things I can pick online is like maybe, like this screen time thing. I'm trying to like reduce it, but it's not working. But we'll get there. In Jesus' name. And just like few tips on health, what to use, remedies, acts, just few things like that. But there somebody will not sit down and tell you that this is the way it is in motherhood. No, because motherhood is a personal experience. You have like your own experience is different. Even pregnancies are not the same. So it's different. It's a different ball game. It works. It works. You should have an online community. If it works for you, you should have friends. You should have people that you can call on to the days that you're down and you're like, okay, today I'm going out. I need my social battery to be up. So you need to some extent you do.
I hear you, and what I'm picking from this is that there has to be a balance.
Yes, there has to be a balance.
Nobody is an island.
No, nobody's an island.
And of course, there are people online, pediatricians. We know popular pediatricians that give valuable
like my son's
details.
Doctor. Before she left us in Nigeria, Dr. Chi, she was giving us dishing out to us.
There are people that you listen to, of course, but you also know where to draw the line so that you are not doing everything. Because I see some questions online and I'm like, why are you asking this online? Just go to the hospital
and ask your doctor.
Yes, why are you asking people online?
I tell people that there's a reason why it's called antenatal. You ask the questions. It's not just there for show. You think people just go to antenatal to waste time? When you will not go, how will you know? When you not give birth,
This is even antenatal you're
they'll be
talking
sending
about.
funny questions.
This is even antenatal you're talking about. Some people go as far as saying, "Oh, my child just drank hypo. Should I give him red oil?" What's wrong with you? Why are you not
Go to your
going
doctor.
to the
Take your child to
hospital?
the hospital.
So yeah, I think that
when it comes to children, I don't play. When it comes to children, I don't play.
plays?
Your child has taken hypo. You are waiting for somebody to reply you to go and give your child something. You're supposed to be on your way to the hospital.
Well,
I don't
okay.
play. When it comes to kids, I don't play. I'm
Now,
very, very
on
articulate.
to the next. You know, as mothers, especially when we first became mothers, there are people that used to give advice. In fact, even from pregnancy to start. As you're just coming out, just say, you don't wear pin. Do not wear
do this one.
Why are you
If
walking?
you do this one, your
why
child
are you walking at this time of the day?
Did I tell you the shocking one I read? Let me tell you. They say if you back the wrapper that you used to back your child, if you use it to sleep near your child, the child will not walk early. The child will walk late. I'm telling you, this is a Yoruba thing. No? They said the child will walk late. And let me tell you what I did. Is that same wrapper.
Honestly,
it is that same wrapper.
I try not to argue because you can actually look mad.
That
you try to argue with some people, they will fight it. They will fight you till the end.
They will tell you
there's
they're
no
correct.
Evil. So how do you manage the unwarranted and unsolicited parental advice that people give?
You know,
especially from close family.
You see this close
and so
family.
that you are not disrespectful, especially from in-laws, close family. In-laws especially.
Okay,
how do you handle it? Because you know any small thing like this.
For me, let me give you an example. When Zane was a baby, you know, there's this culture that they throw newborns up. They say so that the child will not be scared. So for me, you know this thing that they say, if you throw your child up, so that the child will not be scared. From the conception of my pregnancy, I used to put it inside my mommy's head that, let me say it in Yoruba, imagine your mom is okay.
Don't throw my child up.
There's no significance. There's nothing that is, like, nowhere is it written that if you throw a child up, the child will not be scared. So for me, you know, you can tell your mom things in a very, very straight and direct manner, and she will take it. But for your in-laws, you need to be more respectful. Explain. Yes, no, like just say it in a way.
So it's your mommy that you can disrespect that boy.
No, like, you know, now you can tell your mommy that
you can change it for moms,
but you can't change it for you. You can't just tell your in-laws. Like me now, Zane's grandma, anytime she's doing stuff for Zane that I don't like, I used to talk. I will tell her in a very calm way. I will not hide my voice. I'll say it in a more respectful way. So that she will know that this thing, I'm not comfortable with it because it's my child. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? There was a day she was baiting Zane and she had nails on, like fixed nails on. I was not happy with it. Like, water was rolling from my cheek. I'm like, this boy is too small for him to be having this. But I didn't say anything. I allowed that finish and just went to carry my child and then checked all his body. But one thing I think you should do is just say it in a more respectful manner. And you know that from close family, you can't really stop it, but you can reduce it. You can reduce it because you can stand on it. Plus, if you have your partner backing you, so if it's coming from the husband of the house and say, don't do this to my child, they tend not to disrespect that or that, and they won't see it as anything. So just, you know, now as a woman, just push it to you. So tell your mother now.
So this is about close family. How about outsiders that you just be going with your child? Your child will just do something. Next thing they will just say, "Hey."
You know the funny thing, I have example for everything. I was speaking Yoruba to my son outside, and somebody looked at me and said, "Why are you speaking Yoruba to him?" And I'm like, "Excuse me."
Why? What was the person's reason?
I said, "I don't understand." That's why I'm telling you, I don't get it. She was like, "No, it's still small." I'm like, "I don't get it. I still don't get it." I don't take unsolicited advice. It does not apply to me. It does not apply to what I think. Like, if I've not seen it done anywhere, if I don't agree to it, it's not happening. You can say all you want as your cup of tea in your pockets. Use it for yourself, but for me,
in our environment, it's really stressful because you just
even in the hospital.
Yeah, you just hear different things.
They'll tell you,
"Madam,
don't do
why
down,
is this child this?
Don't let somebody cross you. Who is crossing you? Like, what was that one?"
Well, yeah, some people swear by these things. Anyway,
you're saying some people. My mom swears by these things. She lives for it. She thinks, I used to tell her that, you know, she would tell me that. She used to say something. She'd say, Emma for Eniola. That's, don't touch Eniola's child. Koni down, Koni go. She knows me. I don't need to tell my mommy things. She would not even do it. She used to ask me. She say, "Oh, my sakwe come shaking consent." Like she say, I'm telling her that she should not do something now. Do you get? It's just try to limit it. Say it. Correct them with love. Let me put it that way. Just correct them with love. Because new moms, it's not easy now. Carrying pregnancy, all those pain that you feel. We've not even spoken about labor, and we've not gone there. So when you see a new mom that is all protective, I can't blame her because I was not there. In my own, I was there. I knew what my eyes went through, so I can't. You guys understand, Sha? You understand what I'm trying to say?
So I know that another part of motherhood that people don't really talk about is the fact that it takes so much time. So at the end of the day, you may not really have time for outings like you used to do. Maybe me now, I used to go out with my friends.
Joy is the queen of location.
I used to go out with my
Let me put this out here. She's the queen. If you want to go anywhere, ask her. So, she has full information.
Now, since becoming a mother, most times you are exhausted,
tired,
by the end of the day.
And everything.
In fact, sometimes that if your friend messages you, the time you used to reply, most times you've even forgotten. Or keeping up with friendship, is something that is very tough and you have to be intentional about.
Yes.
So how have you been able to manage like relationship with your friends, especially people that maybe they're not married and they're not married yet? How have you been able to maintain those relationships and keep up with them?
Well, for me, I'm very lucky, Sha. 80% of my friends are moms.
I can't relate to
80% of... And okay, now you say intentionality. Joy and I have been friends for like 10 years plus, and we've been intentional about our friendships, our friendship from the day we became friends. We've been supporting each other one way or the other, from seeking admission, from being in school, going out, So I feel like you have to be intentional. You have to reach out to these people. If you forget, go back. And then I feel like the friends that you are keeping to, they should understand that it's not all your fault. It's not like you did it purposely. It just happened. This language, then they say sleep when the baby sleep. Okay, sleep when the baby sleep. Is the baby that will wash clothes? Is it the baby that will dry the clothes? Is it the baby that will wash the bottles?
But some people don't understand. So
some people don't get it.
Some friends feel like they've been understanding enough.
For me, I'm very, very lucky in the sense that my friends are quite because I'm a very, very intentional friend. If you are friends with me, I will look for you. Now. I will support you. I would, even if I cannot afford what you sell, I will make sure someone I know is buying from you. So I feel like even from the new mom herself should also try, because understanding friend can only go a long way. It has to be balanced. It can't be one person all the time.
True.
It can't be one person all the time. It has to be balanced. You have to balance it. You have to find time and then also explain to your friends, and then your friends too, they know these things. As a first-time mom too, you have so much responsibility, so many things that you are not accustomed to, feeding the baby all through the night. You wake up in the morning, your whole body is sore, like healing, people that had CS, people that had normal delivery, all those things is there. You also have your what's it called? Your part as a wife to fulfill. So your friends have to understand.
Yeah.
They just have to. And
you also have to finding that balance.
Yes, they just have to balance it too.
Yeah. Okay. My second to the last question will be, how do you manage your well-being as a mom? How do you take time out? How do you relax? Because you can lose yourself in all of this. So how do you find that balance?
Okay, for me, Sha, let me just put it this way. I'm not an expensive babe. I might look I'm not an expensive babe in the sense that just give me Prime and Netflix.
Understanding wife.
I would watch.
Mom.
For me, do you know the funny thing? How I relax is watching TV. That is the way I relax. I would watch TV and watch things. I like going out. I like doing things. I just try to, I'm not a fan of making my hair, but if you see me going to make my hair, like trying to treat my hair and, go for pedicures, just treat yourself. That means I'm burnt out. I really need to. I'm intentional about myself, Sha. I'm intentional, but I'm a clingy mom as much as I have a clingy son. So we are clingy together. We are clingy together.
So generally, if you could pick a parenting mantra for yourself, what would it be?
Do your best.
You said I'll do your best.
Leave the rest for God. Leave the rest for God to fix for you. Do your best, because if you overdo it, you will burn out. If you overthink it, you're going to burn out. Some things just need to be left alone. Like they will pick up when they. It's just like toddlers now. Let them cry. Nothing will happen to them. They would figure it out. You know, I've seen Zayn trying to fight with his bicycle till he figured it out by himself. Even his toys, till he found out how to do it by himself. So, you know, for me, basically, just do your thing. There's no award for best in motherhood. There's no best mother anywhere. Everybody's trying. Everybody's just trying to, everybody's just trying. So do your best. Research. Ask questions. Read books. Just do whatever that works for you. Me, I'm very lucky because I come from a very large family. I have siblings that have children. I have aunties that have children. I have friends that have children. So I have a lot of people I can ask questions from. If you don't have that, there are a lot of online baby things that I used to share to each other now. So many people are online that this is what they dedicate their time to do. Watch them, listen to them, You pick one or two and prioritize yourself also. So you will not be it's because happy mom, happy child.
I love that. It is happy mom, happy child.
You don't notice that when you are irritated and your child does something, you will not even find it interesting because you are frustrated already. Like, and at that time they just want you, so, and you're not available. And after a while you'll be like, oh, why did I get angry? So just prioritize happiness because children thrive in a very cool and very good like environments, like places where they can be themselves. So being a mom is not an easy job, and most especially do it with God. You can't do it alone. You have to pray. Pray.
Thank you so much, Eniola.
You're welcome,
Thank you. I remember something my dad told me one time. He wanted me to be joining some prayers, and then he was like, he had always sent me those things. I will not join. Then one day he just sent me one, African parents, violence, the next. He just sent me. Do you know I will not be alive forever? Wow. I said, Daddy, what is it? Because I cannot be praying for you all the time.
Yes,
you have children.
You have children.
Now I understand because, hey, you have to stand in the gap for your children.
Yes,
so motherhood really,
you have to stand in the gap in prayer. You have to stand in
your husband, for everybody. So
even the children that will be playing with your kids, because really you have to be. You don't know who these children are meeting outside. You don't know. You have to be vigilant. Open your eyes.
Everybody. So I think I'll just go with that thing and say, do your best and just try. Leave the rest for God.
Yes, just do that.
Thank you so much for tuning in,
you guys.
For another episode.
We hope you enjoy it.
The Gen Z parents. Thank you so much, my friend.
You're welcome, my friend.
She's going to be coming back again for another episode. I can tell you that for a fact.
Yeah.
Because she's stuck. She's stuck with me.
We're stuck with each other.
So, guys, thank you for joining us again today for our discussion. We hope that you found this insightful and valuable for your parenting journey. And you can, of course, feel free to leave comments on our social media page, Instagram to be precise, POV.
The Gen Z Parent Pod.
No, we'll remove that POV. Feel free to share your comments on social media. Anything you'd like us to talk about, the Gen Z Parent Pod
questions we are willing to answer.
Yep. Gen Z Parent Pod on Instagram. And of course, subscribe to our podcast channel so that you can also listen to future episodes. Share with your family and friends as well. Till we meet again.
Bye.